Welcome back, guys, to the JMU dynasty. Here in this video, it's going to be the offseason video, as we have made some changes already. Both of the coordinators are gone. Had to make a change, get some better ones in there. Do want to go over the season stats. Joshua Douglas played the most at quarterback, 1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 60% completion percentage. As J.C. Evans, 782 yards, 5 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Travis McPherson, 9 of 13, one touchdown, 1 interception. Played pretty well. As Baldwin, only 426 yards on the season and a touchdown. Alec Prescott, 346 yards, no touchdowns. David with 4 touchdowns, couple rushing touchdowns for the quarterbacks. Receiving, Yerman Knight led the team with 565 yards and 5 touchdowns. Corey Wiley with 5 touchdowns. Just couldn't get the pass game going this season, and it was a very disappointing season. Some players that expected to have more of an impact, just kind of, Conrad Perkins, definitely one of them, just we're not really there. Sacks, though, too many sacks allowed, and it's not even about the sack numbers. The pressures were a lot worse. But Roman Mobley led the team in tackles with 75, KJ Flo with 72. A bunch of players in double digits tackles for loss. Ethan Johnson, a backup safety, with 11. A really, really good player. Switched from corner in the offseason. Really good. Gonna be losing him this season, but a bunch of players. And Brian Pearson led the team in sacks with 7.5. 7 from Marcellus Nash. And this is a category we have to get better at. Just too low of sack numbers. Not enough pressure after the quarterback. But KJ Flo led the team in interceptions with 5. Georgie Lovis with 4. 2 for a couple other players and 1 for 2 others. Forced fumbles. Had a decent amount, but we didn't recover a lot. Only 3 on the year. And 2 defensive touchdowns for KJ Flo. 1 from Nash and 1 from Michael McMillan. And the one thing I do want to start doing in the offseason, career stats, as we are going to be losing a couple of players. Quarterbacks, they're all going to be here. Running backs, Baldwin was his last season. Didn't really play a lot outside of this season, so stats are going to look pretty much the same as they did this season. Receiving, though, we are going to lose Chris Lofton, 86 catches, over 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Yerman Knight's another one. 100 catches, over 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Maxwell Moss came on late 2 seasons ago. 42 catches, 982 yards, and a touchdown. And Josh Pfeiffer had a solid season a couple of seasons ago. But he will also be losing him. Defense is where we're going to take the biggest hit. KJ Flo, my opinion, the best safety in the Sun Belt Conference and one of the best in the country. 293 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 12 interceptions. We're going to have to replace him with multiple players. Milt Ferguson, another one. 31 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 7 interceptions. We're losing him. We're also going to be losing Tajay Hooper. Not too worried about that, but as Marcellus Nash actually is a junior. Thought he was a senior. Dagone played every once in a while. We'll be losing him. A couple of backups will also be losing, but a couple of key starters as well. But we'll look into some recruiting. So we do end up getting a right tackle, which is huge because our offensive line does suck. We do lose out on Cliff Shields, as don't know what just happened. Cliff Shields we lose out on. Do end up getting a left outside linebacker, Adrian we do lose out on Tim goes to North Carolina, and Bill Pack. Do get Cameron Tatum, though. Huge pickup for him. Offensive line always is big. We're trying to go after some more. Just kind of waiting. As McKenzie and Montgomery, 2 players we're trying to go after late. Also trying to go after 2 safeties late. Just might have been too late. We'll definitely try and pursue him a lot more in the offseason. And got to see this transfer portal. That's what we're waiting for the most right now. We also need some new coordinators. So, sim a week and see who we could go after. As somebody did just commit to Maryland, as there's a bye week. Gonna be simming a couple of weeks here and there. And one of the safety locked out of a couple of players. Not a good sign. As Clemson's quarterback wins the Heisman. But early National Signing Day is a huge day for us. Lose out on three of the players, but Montgomery is number 1 for us, and he was the best player out of all 4 of them. So that is big. We can look at some of the development traits. Impact for Cole, impact for Luke. A couple of impacts here. A couple of normals. Impact, normal. Which is fine. A lower class, but in the offseason, we're going to have to go heavy on it. Going to manage the staff now, see if we could get some good coordinators in. Definitely want to go with a more spread type offense. He is heavy on recruiting. Wouldn't be bad. Pro style offense also isn't bad, and he's also heavy on recruiting. No one's going after him, and he's a higher level. Send him an offer, and maybe he can come our way. As defensive coordinator, as some of the other guys have a lot of offers. We'll look at Troy. He's more of a scheme motivator type of guy, which is pretty good, but D+ prestige. Don't really like that. As Jalen is more of a recruiter. I don't want 2 recruiters. His prestige is better. And maybe Bruce. Could go after Bruce. Only 1 offer from Sam Houston. See if we can get both of those guys. That'd be huge for us. As we'll check out some All-Americans. Doubt we have anybody. No one in first team. No one in second team. Freshman, maybe. Nope, was not expecting it though. Sunbelt Conference, we should have a couple. Corey Wiley, first team All Sunbelt. Great to see that. And Milt Ferguson, first team All Sunbelt. Second team, Pierce Miller in there, All Sunbelt. And no KJ Flo, which is ridiculous. Best safety in the nation. Freshman though, Alec McPrescott's in there. Corey Wiley's in there. Brandon Coney's in there. Dakota McNutt's in there. Cade didn't play a lot, but he's in there. Excited to see Cade. As didn't really have anybody in award winners. We'll see the college football bracket. Hopefully one day we're in this. A couple of surprises. Old Dominion's in there. Cincinnati. Miami fought all the way back. They're also back in there. We'll advance another week though. As we'll see if the staff decided to sign. And we got both of them. That is huge. We ended up getting both. 2 motivators, which I'm happy about. We're a recruiter. As we're working on all 3 of these a little bit. More towards the recruiter, though. Trying to get more points into that. So if we get 2 motivators and we could focus on recruiting, could be very good for us. As we'll just advance a couple more weeks. It's Coach Carousel. Not going to enter it. Some one more week. I think we already hired. Yeah, we got both of them. I don't know why I keep saying hire staff. But pretty excited. Gonna be a big offseason. Cincinnati versus Georgia in the national championship game. Coach stability and coach prestige is down, but pro potential is up, which is good. And oh, it was actually Clemson. Georgia comes out on top, national championship winners. Taking down the Heisman Trophy winner. Let's check out players leaving. As Milt Ferguson is expected to go in the 5th round. But as you see, losing a ton of talent. Victor Evans, Miles Green, Barry Brown even, Ethan Johnson, Tajay Hooper, Baldwin, KJ Flo, Milt Ferguson, Yerman Knight, Dagone, Pfeiffer, Jones, Lofton, Maxwell Moss. Losing a ton of players. But we don't have to convince anybody to stay, which is big. Let me make sure one more time. Yeah, no transfers, which is amazing. Rare that happens. As we'll see the draft results, maybe KJ Flo snuck in there. He did not. Milt Ferguson in the 3rd round, though. That's huge. 3rd round for Milt Ferguson. Even higher than expected. As gotta see this transfer portal. Give us some good news. And a quarterback, Deshaun Purdy. He's in here. Definitely will take safeties, corners. Give us all the quarterbacks as well. We'll take them. Even a running back we'll take. Definitely got to go over some defensive tackles. Man, these quarterbacks are so intriguing right now. Especially because we need some offense line. Let's go after position of need as well. Strong safety. Just picked one up from Marshall. Picked us off a couple times. Could be a big pickup. Going after 2 free safeties. Might add a 3rd. And we will. We'll add a 3rd. Safety's a desperate need for us. Go after 2 corners. Middle linebacker I'm confident in. We don't need. Outside linebacker. We'll go after the 4-star for sure. 4 stars. Definitely we'll go after them. DN we don't really need either, but he's number 1 on our board, so don't mind going after him. Offensive line, I'm open to upgrades anywhere. Definitely going to go after these tackles. Tight end, don't really need either. Receiver, can use a playmaker. We'll pick up Jeremy Scott. Only one interested in us. We'll go after this 4-star running back for sure. Quarterback, kind of want all of them. See. We'll just go after 3 for now. But this can change our entire dynasty. This is our best transfer portal we've gotten yet. And this can really change everything this season. Year 5 can be our year if we get some of these guys. I like to organize it a little bit more. Gonna definitely scout everybody before offer them a scholarship. Just to make sure. You never know. 92 throw power, 78 speed. Deshaun Purdy definitely is going to get a scholarship. Quincy, he's an N, 87 tackle, 89 awareness. He's a junior. Offer him a scholarship as well. Paul Black, 83 zone, 88 speeds, not bad. Definitely can make some room for him. 79 man, 90 speed, 77 zone. Jeremy Callaway, some of these players already pretty good. Dixon, just 87 speeds low for a junior too. He's not going to develop that much. Connor, what are you looking like? 91 throw power. We'll offer it. Quarterback, you can always improve at quarterback. Evans Chuba, 99 ball vision carrying is insane for a quarterback. Running back, 89 carrying is really good. He would really just be the Baldwin replacement. Solid defensive tackle right there. Bonford, 91 strength. He's a big boy. 295. Offensive line, I'm not even going to scout. I'm just going to offer them the scholarship. Not even worried about it. Just get new players in here. 88 speed, 88 zone. We'll definitely offer you. Kiki Adams, 89 speed. That's solid. Really solid. Vince Cush, 81 zone, 71 man. Not bad. He's a younger guy too. Caden Brown, 97 awareness. Yeah, definitely going to offer him and throw some points into him right away. Same thing I just said. Offensive line, we're just going to offer the scholarship. Not even worried about that right now. Only 88 speed for Jeremy Scott. We'll offer him the scholarship. And then last one, Colt Simon, 92 speed. Offer him. Got no more points, unfortunately. Just coach prestige isn't high enough. But I think it's going to be tough, but I think we'll just throw some into the guard, and then we'll advance the week, and hopefully we're able to get some more. Some players have locked us out already, and that is fine. That saves us more points. Hopefully, Bonford locked us out. Jeremy Scott locked us out, and that is completely fine. 500 more points. Now we can start actually adding points to these guys. Setting up some visits for players that actually were able to. Want to schedule a couple visits this week at least. But none of them. We can do it to Evans. Evans could come in on a visit. Can't schedule Howden yet. Miles we can, but we know nothing. Evans, we know something, but he's not ready for a visit. Cush had 25. He is ready for a visit. We'll send him on a visit and even add some more points to him. Ohio State came out of nowhere. That is not good for us. Us or Ohio State, it's going to be hard to choose. As we'll add more. Could send Colt Simon on a visit. I think we are going to. And add 10 here. It's looking solid. Spreading the points out as evenly as we can. There's more players we can even go after. I'm a little worried now. Not a ton of points. Was expecting a little bit more. But we're out on Caden Brown. Penn State and Ohio State. It's hard to choose against those schools, especially coming off the year we had. He locks us out. So we'll definitely send Montgomery on a visit. And see if we can send some of our top guys. Deshaun Purdy, still know nothing. Gonna add some more points into him. Cumberland, still know nothing. Gonna just add some more into him as well. Paul Black, know some stuff now. Could send him on a visit. That could be big. Same with Callaway. Send him. And we could just add some more points to some of these other guys. Mississippi State's going hard for Evans, Chuba. Add just 5 points to everybody here and there. Really need to start getting some commits. It's not looking good. Let's look at some of these top classes for the Sun Belt. We're towards the top of it, but some of the teams that have beat us, Arkansas State, Louisiana, Coastal Carolina, all ahead of us right now. Texas State is number 20. Troy, 22. Old Dominion, they were just in the football playoffs. They're only down there at 10. Marshall's struggling. So some of the other teams that are better are still struggling, but will advance one more week. As Miles is out on us. No commits so far. Week number 4. And Deshaun Purdy's out on us. As Bonford, playing time, he would play. We're going to leave him on the board, though. As Maryland has now taken over. It's not looking good for some of these guys. Trying to do everything we can. Last second push. Doesn't look like we're going to get him. So we're going to take him off the board. Add some more points. Kush, have a chance. Going to add some to him. Adams is going to be tough. We'll add 15 to him. I really want Pritchett. Just don't know if we're going to get him. Throw 10 more. See if I can get some more points into Evans, Chuba. All right. He's maxed out on points. Doesn't look like we're going to get Connor. We can take him off. Get Callaway in and Paul Black, add some more to him. We got 50 more. It doesn't look like we're going to get Cumberland. But we could send them on a visit and maybe that will work. Some of these guys I'm really worried about. This offseason did not go as planned. Really my fault. Probably shouldn't have scouted everybody that first week and should have just went with the points. Go with that. And that's all. That's the best we could do for right now. Pray we get some of them. Where it could be a long season for us next year. Started off so good this offseason, and it doesn't look like we're going to get a lot. This is disappointing, to say the least. Do get Paul Black, lose out on Cumberland, lose out on Callaway. Chuba goes to Mississippi State. We do get Bonford, do get Howden. Pritchett goes to Kennesaw State. Do get Kiki Adams and Kush And okay, went a little bit better than expected. Lose out on Colt Simon. Montgomery goes to Maryland. Or is that Miami of Ohio? One of the two. Not an awful class. Some of these teams, App State looks like they jumped us. Marshall's right behind us. But not a terrible class. Would have liked it a little bit better. I think we could see the full class. So not awful. Solid signing. We'll see if the transfers, some of their overalls. Wish there was a way to show you the overalls. It'd be a lot easier. But Paul Black is an 80. Kiki Adams, 76. Had Howden in there, 77. He should play right away. Then we had a right tackle. Yeah, 73. And then we had a running back. Was an 80, which is pretty good. Coming in will probably fill that role, especially with some of those physical traits. See if we have any athletes we got to change. We got 3. 95 speed for this one. Not going to put him at tight end. It's not realistic. Safety could work. He'd be the long-term safety. Kind of like that move. He won't play right away, but a long-term safety solves a lot of our issues. As Hare could be an outside linebacker, could be a DN. I think he's too small for DN. So I definitely could see him at outside linebacker. We'll just throw him at one now. If we need to move him to the other side, we definitely will. And then Luke Fury, 92 speed. Saying he's a quarterback. Could also see him at running back. Not a lot of positions he could play. Don't necessarily need a running back, but we could use speed at that position. Let's look at his throwing stats before we make that decision. Only 85 throw power. Yeah, he's going to slot in at running back, redshirt him. So quarterback room for right now. See if we have to make any other moves. As we're just going to move David to fullback. He's already the fullback, so just officially make him the fullback. Receiver, we are struggling. Only 5 receivers on the roster. Tight end's looking good. Can any running back move to receiver? Luke couldn't. 86 speed, just too low for a receiver. Don't want too low of an overall either. Don't want to take one of our better guys either. Doesn't look like it. Offensive line, how's that looking? Pretty solid. Gonna move one of these guys over to left tackle. Just so there's more depth at that position. Move Cleveland. Cleveland could start next season at left tackle. Left end looking solid. Right end. A lot of depth. Nobody's really standing out. Defensive tackle is probably our strongest group. Left outside linebacker, Whedon, still there. Played really, really well last season. Have a couple guys waiting in the back, waiting for their spot, and we will add a couple of these guys. We'll add Joseph to right outside linebacker. So it's an even group all the way around. Cornerback is an exciting room. That looks very good. Can any of these guys play receiver? I highly doubt it. But you never know. It doesn't look like it. But Georgie Lovis, Tyshawn Sanders, Cade will be leading the team. Vince Cush will get some playing times. Keon Keenan. Pretty sure he was in at receiver at one point. But solid core of guys for the cornerback room. Free safety, Tony's going to be the guy of the future. Right now, Paul Black and Kiki Adams will both be playing. Strong safety, John Lewis, another year for him. Excited for him. And then Jay Stevens and Kevin Golden, guys of the future. Definitely going to have to go after a kicker and punter next season. Solid roster. It's really going to come down to the training results, as we do level up right there. Got 20 points there and big training results. As we go to an 88 overall, and Travis McPherson takes over the lead. 80 overall now. Jeremiah Mama, watch out for him. He is a stud, and he will probably be the backup. J.C. Evans, Joshua Douglas, we've seen what they could do. These two other guys could be their time. Alec McPrescott, 84 overall now. Nobody else really took too crazy of a jump. Kind of disappointing to see that, but got our guy in McPrescott. Fullback David stays the same. Solid there. Pickens, number one receiver now. Tony Reese jumps up. Conrad Perkins still there. Dylan Williams and Quincy Lambeau definitely will get some playing time this season, as Jared October, the freshman tight end, overtakes everybody. And Stephen Mechie and Corey Wiley will both be getting playing time still, but Jared October, excited for him. See how the offensive line looks. It looks solid. Just got to perform better than last season. That's all I'm really asking for. Left end, Marcellus Nash, highest overall on the team. Jalen Harvey could get a lot of playing time this year as a senior. Chuck Knox, another player that could get a lot of playing time. D-line is really, really good for us. Pierce Miller, Michael McMillan, Conrad Carter. A lot of good guys on this group as well. And Monte Whedon up to an 81 overall with boost. Hazim was waiting for him to really take over in overall, just never really did. Roman Mobley up to an 84. Brandon Coney up to an 81. Philip Harris up to a 73. Wade's up to an 70. A lot of good guys in this group. A lot of speed, as Coney's going to get a lot of playing time this year. 83 zone as well, yeah. Him and Mobley will probably be not holding that down. Outside linebacker, McNutt up to an 85. He's definitely a pass rusher. Can drop in zone, but it is still Brian Pearson on the edge for us. Too good to not have. Tyshawn Sanders, highest overall corner now. Cade, Georgie Lovis still all there. And we'll have to figure out who we want in the slot and who we want on the edges. Keenan takes a solid jump as well. As Townsend, he's most likely going to be a special teams guy. 85 speed's just too low. John Lewis doesn't jump up in overall. His zone's still a 90, 97 catching. Jay Steven, though, he jumps up pretty high. Good to see that. Kicker, punter, that is whatever, but excited. Finally look like we got a good group of guys now. as we'll see. Encourage transfers. See how many we have to cut. We have to cut none. That is huge. We still could cut a couple. Don't know if I will, but we definitely can. Especially on guys like know they're never gonna play. Like Matt Craig. We'll keep him in case of an injury. We don't have to cut anybody. We probably won't. We're just gonna take a look around just in case. Yeah, we probably won't cut anybody. Don't have to. Custom conferences, gonna stay the same. We will upgrade our coach. We will take definitely offensive line. Probably just get these all up to tier 2 that we can. As our coach level is getting up there, got to be better than 5-7. I have turned coach firing on, so there is a chance if we do have another bad season, we can get fired. There's a couple guys, risk of transferring, not too worried about it. We will see. Can I look at it yet? I think it's coach contracts. It is actually not. But job security right now is safe. 3-9, 5-7, 8-5, 5-7. Got to get back to the winning ways. Preseason All-American. We'll check him out. See if we got any guys in there. I highly doubt it. Second team. We'll check out the Sun Belt. Preseason first team. None of our guys. Preseason second team. Jared October, Pickens, Nash, Pearson, or Pierce Miller. So a couple of our guys in the second team. Custom conferences or custom schedules. No FBS schools. I hate playing FBS schools. Put a bye here and we'll play week 1. Who will we play? Don't want to be a crazy hard matchup. Kennesaw State would be interesting. They are ranked. They did just go 12-2, so we will play them on the road. The Miami of Ohio, North Carolina. I'd like to try and play Virginia or Virginia Tech. So maybe we could play them in week 2. Can play Virginia Tech. They are ranked number 5. I think we'll do it. And we'll go on the road to Virginia Tech. So we'll play at home against North Carolina. And then we'll go on the road to Washington State. We'll do our red shirting now. See who's going to get red shirted. Quarterbacks, I don't think anybody can. Running back, Luke Fury will be. Receiver, we can't. Tight end, Lane Gentry will. Any offensive lineman that can will be redshirted. I don't think a lot can. Yeah, just the one freshman. None of these guys are going to play any insane minutes for us. So I don't mind redshirting a bunch of them. Tony definitely get redshirted. I think we're solid on the red shirts. Only a 1.5 star program still, unfortunately. Hoping to bring that up to 2-star this season. Now it's time for setting up the recruiting class, and that's going to be big. Check out some team needs first. So we need 3 quarterbacks, 6 receivers, and basically the entire defense. So we'll go after anybody ranked number 1 on us. As long as they're not a 1-star. And then we'll definitely go after a lot more receivers. Would like to see if we got any 4 or 5 stars interested in us. We do not. Quarterback, how many do we go after? Just the one. Go after one more. I don't think quarterback's too crazy of a need. Yeah, tight end's not a need. Running back, not a need, but the talent there just isn't the best. Definitely could work on that a little bit. Go after a couple guards. Center, we're going after one. We don't really need him. Defensive tackles, go after 3. Outside linebacker, just 2. Middle linebacker, we'll just do 2 as well. Corners, we'll get some depth. Safety, I'm not crazy worried about. Just more of a backup role for both of them. And then a kicker and punter, I'd also like to go after. So we'll just offer scholarships to everybody. Then we'll do some scouting. Everybody in first will offer a scholarship too. Everybody else will scout first, and then I like to get some instant commits. Doesn't look like any of that's going to happen currently. Hey, we got one. Bradley Edmond, a 3-star quarterback, instant commit, and that's big for us. As we'll start recruiting now. Just to make sure. A bus there, 87 speed. We'll go after him just because we need so many receivers. A gem there, 94 speed. He's definitely got to go closer to the top of our board. Just put him number 1 for right now. .91 speed. He might be a bust, but we definitely need speed on our receivers. Something we've definitely been lacking recently. 92 speed yet again. 81 speed. If I would have saw that, would have stopped recruiting him, but take him off the board. Hakeem. What are you looking like, Hakeem? 87 speed. It's not the best, but we could work with it for now. 91 speed gem. Definitely get him on the board. 88 throws power. 77 speed. Not crazy. Offensive line, I'm just going to offer scholarships to. It's so bad that just have to kind of get them in here. Looks like solid DN, a little undersized. It's only 231. Lane Obi-Wan Kenobi. Might bring the Force to help us. Charles. Doesn't look the best. 90 strength for a defensive tackle is great. 312 coming out of school. And then we're just going to offer a scholarship to the punter because I know it's a desperate need. So still some more scouting to do and offering some more scholarships. But right now, that's the board. We'll lower it as we keep going. But I think it looks pretty good for right now. We'll go over the depth chart and set our board before our week 1 game. But I will advance to the preseason. Excited for year 5, and it's got to be better than year number 4. A disappointing end to the season. Disappointing season in general. But this is going to wrap up the offseason video. See y'all into year number 5. Peace.